Before we can really get into using Office 365, we have to make sure everything works properly. Now, sometimes I'll post videos, whether that's a clip I found of something or a video I make, and it's going to be a really helpful tool for us to be able to use during the year. So if you're watching this right now, it would seem you're actually able to see it, which is going to be very good for us going forward. Maybe this flower will be interesting or important at some point in the future. If you haven't already been given some kind of speech about your tablets in the past, or you haven't really gotten to use them too in depth yet, they really are a great resource for us. They can do a lot of great things. Really good tool for us to be able to use during class. One of the things, as I just mentioned in the last slide, is the ability for me to be able to post videos. So sometimes I can just record a video, record a lesson, and do it in a 5 to 10 minute video that would otherwise take maybe 25 or 30 minutes in class between questions or going too much depth and stuff. So that'll be really helpful at times. If I don't really want to pay a lot of time, spend a lot of time on something during class, I can just give it to you to watch for homework and make it a lot easier for you and me to do, to give us then more time in the classroom together. It also has things like forums, which are like little quizzes. You can actually type your own responses, though. It's not just a multiple choice type thing. Other quizzes that are more like a standard thing you probably would be able to do on your phone or on your tablet otherwise. And polls, too, where I can actually ask you questions. You can respond to things either at the beginning of class, the end of class, or again for homework. This lets me quickly assess your understanding of something, whether, again, it's more of an exit ticket as you're leaving, if it's to test how you understood homework from the night before, or just as you're doing things at home, I can then ask you questions, get information back from you very, very quickly, and also return you quick feedback after that. So that being said, we're going into a lot of detail here, go into all the nitty gritty of stuff that we will see during the year, and do some hardcore science from here on out. By this point, all the questions on your sheet have been answered, and some of your classmates may have tuned out. And that's kind of unfortunate because we're finally getting to the real focus of this video. Drum roll, please. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. The myth and the legend. Okay, so quick history lesson. Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal was first released in 1984 and is made of small squares of wheat and rice, covered with a sprinkling of the cinnamon sugar that gives both its flavor and name. Because of the rice used in the cereal, it makes crackling noises in milk just like Rice Krispies. In 1993, a swirl design was added to each cereal piece in cinnamon, and if we're being honest here, it's kind of pointless. Maybe it adds a little flavor, but at what cost, sir? At what cost? At one time or another, there have been numerous spin-off cereals as listed here. Most have been discontinued. I've had French Toast Crunch and was unimpressed, though I do enjoy and appreciate the attention to detail of cereal that looks like little pieces of bread. Meanwhile, Peanut Butter Toast Crunch, Frosted Toast Crunch, and Sugar Cookie Toast Crunch just do not sound appetizing in the slightest. I think I tried Apple Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and nothing about it worked. I'm told the limited edition Monopoly cereal was like regular Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but with marshmallows based on Monopoly pieces. Because who hasn't been eating breakfast and thought to themselves, you know what this needs? A thimble and a 1930s race car made out of gross dehydrated sugar. And when traveling abroad, fear not, international options are available. Everyone loves a mascot, so someone came up with the idea for 3 bakers who spent their time making cereal like the Keebler Elves. The only one of them given an actual name was Wendell, the oldest baker, though the other 2 are sometimes mistakenly called Bob and Quelo. Wendell eventually became the only remaining mascot, leading to some pretty twisted fan theories about what happened to the other 2 guys. In recent years, someone had made the terrible decision to create anthropomorphic pieces of cereal called the Crazy Squares that keep trying to eat each other. From the start, the General Mills Company wanted a brand slogan to have the same recognition value as Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs or Silly Rabbit Tricks are for kids. The best they've come up with is The Taste You Can See, usually featuring a boring adult making insane guesses to figure out why kids love this cereal. Side note, my apologies for reminding everyone that there have been Star Wars movies made after 1983. Side note to side note. Rogue One was quality, and Solo was also reasonably entertaining despite what you'll hear from people trying to sound hip by bashing the franchise even though they probably didn't have the nerve to publicly admit what an absolute failure of a film The Last Jedi was. Seriously, that movie makes the worst Hallmark Channel holiday movie read like Shakespeare. And that's the end of our first video. Quiz tomorrow on this to start the trend of frequent quizzes after readings or videos. So I don't like listening to myself recorded any more than you probably do. So I'm not actually going to go back and listen to the ones I recorded a year ago, but I am kind of curious, do I sound different after a year of recording videos on my belt? In any case, now that you've listened to and watched this thing, go back to the page on your OneNote notebooks, and there should be a form, a little kind of quiz thing posted right under this video if everything worked properly, and hopefully you can answer some questions to see that everything actually works.